could... Let's go back and see Gargoyles. Trash.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours? Mine, no, it belongs to the road in your house. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why to keep the hose and yonks out, that's why. And the neighbors too, they put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company. Something just happened. Okay, gonna ask about that later. I think my roommates are killing each other, is what it sounds like. They're torturing each other. Well, one of them is torturing the other one. I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. Seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in me. I wonder what this feeling is. Prodded him and find out. Doesn't seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the war. Callous? What are you, Krasmazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. Dwelling in rags is not special in that regard. Krasmazov, a moment ago, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the broad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 11-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism, aka I'm busy. I don't know what you want from me. Listen, I'll be right back. I knew it. They were torturing each other. And also we're getting mail. I'll check on that later. Maybe I am Krasmazov. What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? No, wait. What if I am Krasmazov? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container. We need those keys. What for, Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container? It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. Takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. I've seen something here at the whirling cart I think I need to talk about. He rolls his eyes. What thing? I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union. Yes, not the whole damn Union, thank God, just the nastiest and loudest faction. He tosses his head in disdain. They come here in the evenings, dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit, but they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time. Gives you a meaningful nod. We should find out who this loud faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need the info. How do we find them? We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. He looks towards the booth. Men are hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow. There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that. Something else I want to talk about. What? By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later. I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you. Wait, what? You looked up surprised. But what about the bird? The bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. She didn't break it. I did. I threw it against the wall. You broke the skua? His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck. I assure you, it was him. Why on earth did you have to break the skua? Maybe I have a vendetta against it. Can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all. A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it. Alright, he calms himself. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? He reads. Did she say anything about me? She said she was flattered. It was just a bad timing. Really? The man doesn't know what to say. He wraps his brow and stares at the counter. I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. He gives you a short nod. Is there anything else you wanted, or... By the way, I'm going to sing karaoke here. Absolutely out of the question. Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire. Goodbye. Kitchen though. Dishes are drying. They smell of chemicals and pine trees. Thin man is smoking below and exhausted, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the whirling's cook. He's a step and he nods towards the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words he can make out are Gorasi and Kubik. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Gorasi Kubik. Please. It's not funny. Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions? The man puts his cup down to reply something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. You've got some impressive pots there. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine. Very masculine man. Aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato things in the air. Free money. Free money. Well, it's best private to touch. The stainless steel is door flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this path we're about. Doors behind it must be older. Try to push on it. The door does not budge. Wonder where this door leads. You do? Lieutenant regards you with patient skepticism. It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? It's part of the whirling rags. There's something about this place that makes me want to know. Eccentric, but okay. I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation. It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it. No, the door is a mega investigation. I'm calling it Behind the Blue Door. It's hardly worth the title. Let's absorb it in. Anyway, Garch is the person to talk about this, the cafeteria manager. Investigated to find all the clues to the murder. Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Do you want in? You want in. Okay. Letting the cat in. Jump on the bed? What do you want? What do you want from me? You can come hang out. You okay? Baby boy? My headphones. You happy now? Now you're purring, yeah. Be still my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. But Janet isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a good, vague way to ask where he stands with drug use. Professionally, I mean. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere. Perhaps not. Looks at you. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, points the ladder in the corner. See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? Secret path the local kids use. You're just smacking me with your tail. What's wrong with you? So annoying. Free money. This poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. D2 of magnesolum, magnesium supplement. Magnesium supplement you rub on your chest to live a happy, magnesium-rich life. Excuse you? windowsill. Just remember, I have stuff in my inventory, don't I? I do. I have this. I should look at this. Intricate web of blue lines stretched across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in the crossover. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin, their concentration is highest around his heart. It still kind of looks like a map of the stars in the night sky, but something's not right. Who are you? What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover. Learn as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history. Fuck away. Starway's going to collapse. Restoration builders keep it in the sky. Postcard, Grand Cordon 37. This postcard depicts an ill-advised residential area overlooking the Jamrock Woods. 13-story buildings line the hillside like sarcophagi, an ominous fog already rising from behind. These are the last boom years. In 39, the project fails catastrophically, leaving behind an opiate and hepatitis B infested slum. The cat is on the windowsill. And is looking forlornly into the distance. He is having the best time. Unlike my character. I need that. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. Look, Lieutenant, someone left his coat behind. Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Very low chance of it succeeding. We're gonna do it anyway. Hey, I failed! How surprising. Matt? Matt? Yeah. Holy wow, that's high. You'd have to be a total madman to jump. This is certain death. You can't be like that. You could have died there. Shit, I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal. Hey, what happened? He sounds genuinely worried. I'm alright, Kevin. I just can't do it right now. It's not. His self-confidence took a dip there. I understand. You can always come back when you're feeling better. It's just a hope after all. Let's get more medicine because look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance, over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. What exactly are we doing up here? I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get this body down. This is why we're here, right? He doesn't wait for you to answer. He looks around, rustling his hair. Or it could be that we're just exploding. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump. Hello? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it. Look at the edge, and the whole game. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 major stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag, but he's floating again. Who knows what pocket? Pocket? his pockets may hide inside. That's fair. This game is difficult because most of the time it's pretty quiet, like here. And also I completely used a completely different stream setup for my last ones, so I didn't think about audio calibration. I can do that. So I'm just turning up my gain a little bit. That should be fine. Or like half. Should be better now. Actually, let me double check that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we should be fine. I don't want to talk to Kuno. Because that's just a nightmare. Thank you. Let's look at this guy. I like this guy. The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes. Keep listening.
Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
Motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates of the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck.
This is true.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife. So how long have you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout. This was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both. Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers.
So tell me, what do you need?
Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Huh? Sudden financial duties snap him out of his daze. Oh, no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay me. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? The bosses, man. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement. For them. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me, or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck, if I had, say, 4 myself. Tell me more about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the company. Forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up. Precise demands and so on. Yes. From the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet there soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Anything else I should know? Anything else, he thinks. Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us lorry drivers. Camioners. A few still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere. To get drunk or high or laid. Smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame them, really. Not you. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Glances down the road toward the horizon. Glint of something in his eyes. Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here, keeping busy. You do that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structure and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. As for his conclusion. Wait, what? Nothing, he smiles. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. Thought that was gonna give me, like, a side piece of info. Didn't realize I was gonna end the conversation. What are you hauling, anyway? Oh, high-grade narcotics. Legal firearms, stuff like that. Relax, he's merely joking. Okay, and what are you actually hauling? Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. He grins. I've got another haul of fallen cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad on the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. So nothing illegal then. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. That's your machine behind you? This rockin' beauty? He points at the lorry with his thumb. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Motor lorry, also called a camion on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of fallen rust bucket. Maybe the A6? Is that a fallen A6 you got there? Good eye, my man. Yep, she's an old one, but reliable. He gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. Me and her spent a long time together. Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits you're hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. Bosses won't be happy. Right, I had another question. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. I'm good for now. Good talk. Don't be a stranger. Gives a salute with 2 fingers. Hey, psst. Look around. Psst. Hey. Who, me? Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You built it before. They built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet, but neither has love. Should we just stop building love too? Can't argue with that. So what about all that communism you promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true? How come there's word on the street? You keep seeing things like down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That's kind of stuff. I have said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Wait, first, what's this communism even about? Failure. It's about failure. Failure? Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts, absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped, and pissed on until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive, 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class, towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers, million-headed armies of nations, and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the world failed, matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade. Roll up your sleeves and start building communism. Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready. Wait, what, firing squads? You didn't say anything about those? Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few million eggs. Roll your sleeves up further and breathe in the pristine air. Mazovian socio-economics. Oh, the communist thought. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its comeuppance 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world, never to return again. They were right, until he woke up today. A spiritual corpse responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Krasnozov. For him, communism is still a thing. He will single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the oceanic trench where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. He is the big communism builder. Come, witness his attempt to rebuild communism in the year 51. So yeah, we're going to think this thought. None of these, yeah, these are all, nah, don't worry about those later. Let's make our way forward. Gotta get to the Union eventually. Can't go there. Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. A bold slogan. Humanox covers the truck. An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing towards the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. Who is this? Silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philippe III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philippe II, the opulent, father of Philippe IV, the insane. What did this king do? Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philippe was known for his profligacy. In what way? Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy during the anti-Centennial Revolution, an end to his family line, and the monarchy on the Insuladian Isola. How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury? Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers like some obese dragon, instead of a bed like a normal person. Deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. The what now? You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Okay, what is nose candy? Cocaine. This is A lot to process. Who is texting me? Worry about that later. So he's addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Elysium Bay. Okay, where is he buried now? Beneath the cold waters of the Elysium Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum. What happened to the statue? The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Who restored the monument? Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Rebishal in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly, trapped in air, floating on a sea of shit. It's brilliant, so funny and nihilistic. Yet the Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong, though there's more to it than just ironism, though you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time. Philippe III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life, either. Got a white tank top. What does this give me? Oh, physical instrument? Nah, I don't need that. I'm an intellect build. I don't care about physique. Physique. Alright, let's talk to this lady. Small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. Photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask some questions. No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her. Snap your fingers in front of her face.
Wait,
The lieutenant stops before you can stand.
she's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
If you say so. Alright, let's not talk to her. What else? Foreign car, kept in good condition. A Stas Rashko, one of the finest Zemsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Who drives these? Not many people outside of Grod, and Rebishal West, too, it appears. Hey Kim, check this out. The Stas Rashko KK2, that's a classic model. Lieutenant replies with a nod. Never thought I'd see another... Are you... The cat wants out. I let you in, you sit on the windowsill, now you want out. What's wrong with you? So needy, so high maintenance. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time. Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time? No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zemsk ruler. Its banners are famously sapphire and white, the colors of the Stas Rashko. Let me guess what happened last time, Kim. Blue and white are the colors of Zemsk. Someone painted it, got a Zemsk mad, and boom, murder happened. That's... well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires. They said it was an honor killing. Hussar style. The Zemsk community protested the trial, flying the colors. He shakes his head. 5,000 came to protest. correction, 4,395. Fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Rebel. Hate to correct you, but only 4,395 people were on that protest. So that's so off, sir. I'll take you at your word. Who are the Zims community? People who were paid to protect, Lieutenant Chase said. Let's leave it at that. What did they sentence the killers to? He said his reflection in the car window. 4 years for murder and reunion. Lieutenant shrugs. The perps were remorseful. Their salary knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system. Prisons in the greater Ravishal Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost. Kim, could our hangman have been the driver of this car? Could it be another Stas Brushko murder? Gives you crooked sperm. Really should ask me to brief you on the case, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and guess the two aren't related. Interesting. Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job. Yes, detective? They should have left it baby blue. You sure you're not serious? Should have smiled with you, only for a second. Yes, you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only that Ravisholi anyway. 4 to 5% maximum. Ah, the strike. Everyone's upset. The lorries probably stored fuel here, now they store booze. It says GRIH. The Greater Ravishal Industrial Harbor.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbor gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man of his size. What's going on here?
Pull up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
Here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down?
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work. Right to work. Besides, we're not that different. It helps the people see us talking. Cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
What kind of a cause are we talking about?
Rights of people, rights of workers to have gainful employment, to make a salary, and feed their families.
His manner of speaking is wooden. His tone of voice bland and uninspired, almost as if compiling replies from a set of learned phrases. Doesn't that sound familiar? I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work. Right to work.
This is odd. I don't know. It's really funny that they decided to put a right to work protester that wants the strike to end as also a cop hater. Those tend to contradict each other because cops have a tendency to break up strikes and unions. Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the question. Like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his finger at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, scab.
The loitering man hollers in return. I want to get into the harbors, too. Have fun, he snorts. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're gonna let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss? I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there. I know nothing about murder, his reply is snappy and terse. Absolutely nothing? Wouldn't pass put it past these harbor bugs. They do anything to stay alive. Right to work. He again shakes his large fist that turns back to you. It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime. I don't know. We're not picking a side in this just yet, sir. Pity. He turns around and bellows at the gates. Let us work. What is a strike? When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people. Shifts uncomfortably in his workers' overalls. What do the strikers want? Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we, raises his fists and starts shouting again, have the right to work. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. Ill-fitting? What does that mean? His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while the overalls, held up by a belt, seem to fit a man with much more corpulence. You wearing new clothes? He ignores your question, choosing instead to turn to the emaciated workers, raising both fists in the air. The clothes are obviously not his. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what. Who are all these strikebreakers? Honest men and women, with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. The man runs a hand through his steadily graying military haircut. It's the corporation is not the one forming the union and the strike. It's just completely false. It's not how it ever works. Corporations don't want unions. They hate unions. Unions require them to actually pay employees. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. Union fucks don't want to work. They ought to let in those who do want to work. I have a question. The lieutenant looks him in the eye. Why do all these men follow your leadership? You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were, he starts bellowing, given a job to do. You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from. Okay, I gotta ask, where exactly are you from? What's it to you? Deep-set suspicion drips from every syllable. Curiosity. Going to figure out this strike mess. Big mess. Caused by union greed. Shoots you a wary, distressful look. But I only fight for the rights of people. Every once in a while, it is like you can see glimpses of another guy under the guise of this fighter for jobs. He seems a more brutal, cunning, and suspicious person. Just a hunch. Or, you just might be paranoid. Already got that? I'm interested in your background. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs. Heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill. Bouncer? Where? I frequent a lot of bars. Maybe it's one I know. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell. Pretty okay, as far as eyes go. Not right now, but I might have been there. I don't really remember things well. Uh-huh. It was a long time ago. The man is quickly losing interest in talking with you. Exactly is your goal here? We were promised work. He points to the gates. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. And you are unable to breach the entrance. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. He points up the stairs. Door's locked. Guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mask punk either. Points to the dock worker idling on the staircase. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is. Never not laugh at that name. Wait, head measurer? Huge Seminese guy, standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him. How bad could one guy be? You seem capable. Bad. The man glares at you. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position, and he's trained. I don't know how the Union is a trained killer up there, but that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters. Why don't you just talk to them? Like civilized folk, you mean? The man rubs his chin. These native fucks don't understand civilized. That's a bit racist. It's a bit racist. Odd out of place colonial reference there, Mr. Scab Leader. It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home. At least for now, if you can't get in anyway. No, they will give up eventually, or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded, then we charge. The man rubs his jaw, a perfect, lightly bearded square wedge. I'm just going to leave now. Money. Money for the poor man. Money for me. Magazines. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. Glossy magazine. Most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Frit. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Magnesia. Now I won't die. Now I won't die. Now I won't accidentally kill myself. Saving.
Welcome to Revachol.
Announces the rotund man. The mark isn't addressed to you, it's addressed to the lieutenant. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in this city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell him.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination. He's right, you're undermining our best shot at real self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
No, it's not.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them comes tense. Partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. Fucking A, Kim, I got your back.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lawyer man spits. Lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smoldering between his fingers. What's that argument all about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. Oh, so you're just a racist. Makes sense. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. He gestures with his cigarette. The science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. Ah, yes. The bell curve argument. People who studied these things say that you and me are superior by design, glances the lieutenant. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Race is a simplistic means of social classification based on easily observed attributes, hunches, and pseudoscience. You just look at people and make arbitrary judgments. The lieutenant tries to remain impassive, but the slight arch of his eyebrow tells you that he's liking it. as arbitrary as any judgment. That doesn't make it less of a fact. We all have to use facts. Once you accept it, you'll gain the clarity of understanding. It's not. Judgments are not facts. Judgments are not facts. Opinions are not facts. Okay, what else have you thought of? So lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn. When members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority, they stop competing for resources. Yeah, what's the problem with that then? The problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. He throws a sharp glance at Lieutenant Kisaragi. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory. Cultural victory? What is this then? Wait, what's this cultural victory? It's what the Kips of Dookie Street are going for. Right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or Ledo? No. Dominating culture is how they plan to win. They say so themselves. Uh-huh. It's true, he pushes on. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new subrace, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, Runt. The man gives you a disgusted look and then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Well, that was a fun conversation with the racist man. He didn't give me the keys. Just remember, Gar didn't give me the keys to the dumpster. Why doesn't Gar like me? I have a bubble. What does the bubble say? Those for winter, please use main entrance. That's fair. Alright, let's check out Frit. Yellow roses. Dozens of them. Tulips, too. Melancholy pop song plays on the radio. Chair machine stands in the corner. The sign says 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Switch your bottles. Bottle clunks into the machine and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. Small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the St. Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. The logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm. Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosifed, Dramamine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. What do these products do? I don't know. Let's see. Nosifed is a nasal spray. Dramamine is a really good painkiller. Magnesium is a dietary supplement. Hypnogamma is... She stops. I don't really know what Hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising. Can you be a little more specific? She chews her bubblegum absentmindly. No, sorry. I'm not like a doctor or anything. Sweat heals +1 health, Dramamine heals +3, Magnesium is morale, Gamma heals morale. I don't want to buy medicine though. Who is St. Baptiste? St. Baptiste? You know, she nods slowly at the cabinet. The pharmaceuticals company? St. Baptiste Pharmaceuticals, the one that sells meds out of St. Baptiste. She points to the cabinet. That one? There? She's right. St. Baptiste, the company, derives its name from St. Baptiste, the city itself, so named, because that's what it is. A rare case where that really is the full etymological history, as far as almost anyone knows, at least. Cool. I got a thought. Ah, lonesome long way home. Where do I live? Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake. Frozen Eye at the center of the district, then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, small house no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone, and so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now. Perception rates 5, and speed gives 1 psychological. Psyche. Cool. That's not really going to be useful, but I have it now. Look at this. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath the display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big Fritz slogan on the back. Oh, I don't care about that. What's that? Points to the raincoat. What is what? The girl leans over the counter to see what you're referring to. It's a raincoat. You want to buy one, but it's only 4 real. She taps on the counter. The raincoats patiently await purchase. Colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles lines the shop wall, inviting you closer. There, in that dark green glass, the world of Ruby, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine alcohol, beer alcohol, love alcohol. This is not a good place for a recovering addict. Clerk looks at the wall, good behind her. Guess not, no. She adjusts her hat. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that. See, I'm not... straight and narrow. Straight and narrow this playthrough. Please tell me more about these products. The Pale Age Vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong. What is pale? You know... She shrugs, uninterested in explaining it further. Okay, well, we're consuming this stuff due to my body. She stares at you, unsure. I mean, I already said it hurt you. I don't know what else they do. Drugs can cause blunts, you mean sets while dealing damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. It's medication to counteract this damage. Drugs. Consuming drugs can have unforeseen consequences for you. See, this costs 30, but only gives you +1 physique. I'm assuming it gives you other benefits as well, but... Eh. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices? No. She fixes her hair underneath the cap. Fritta only sells legal drugs, like the law says. Okay, let's talk to her.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
I forgot she was British. She returns to her magazine. What's that magazine she's reading? Before we go on, what is this, Frit? What? No. What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover boasting a colorful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode featured on page 34. This speaks to you. Forget about all that. What is this Fashion Police feature?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy in there right now? And does he look like this? Her lazy eyes scan up and down your body, assessing the